Morning, everyone. It's early, so I don't know how many people are awake, but I'll give you a minute to tune in before we start today's show. It's been a couple of weeks since I've seen you guys. How's everyone been? I know a lot of you are probably in Tamworth. Who's already in Tamworth? I head to Tamworth on Tuesday, so I land and go straight to my first show. I don't know where I've got time to rest, sleep, or eat throughout Tamworth, but I'm okay with that because it's going to be fantastic. There's been some really good shows there this weekend already. What has everyone else that's not in Tamworth been up to? Any music events over the weekend? I went for a drive to Hobart on Friday and had a look around up Mount Wellington, and then yesterday I didn't do very much at all, really. So today I might get out and do a few jobs outside here before I fly out on Tuesday. Well, today we've got Will joining us. He's going to come in and have a bit of a chat about his music, his EP, what he's got coming next. So if you've got some questions, pop them up. Let me know. And even if you're watching the video, re-watching the video down the track, you can still put some comments there, and I will still get them, and I will write back to you. It might be a bit slower this week because I'll be in Tamworth, but we definitely will write back to you. So we might welcome Will into the room. Hi, thank you for joining.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
I was just saying, I don't know who's that. What time is it over there where you are?
So it's just gone 8 o'clock in the evening.
8 o'clock at night.
Yeah, so I'm kind of about going out tonight now, so maybe, but
I think we just woke your cat. The little head come up.
She doesn't look too happy about it, but she's fine.
Very happy. Now, tell us, Will, because I wanted to go back. I know we've got your single to talk about and your EP, but I wanted to go back just to where music started for you. Let some of the Australian viewers know your story. How did you get into music?
Well, basically, it kind of started like with one of my best friends when we were about 12, I think. Started learning guitar, and then he was over at mine, and we found like a couple of old guitars in the attic, and like I couldn't play at all, and was just like hitting it, but like absolutely loved it. So then kind of learned keyboard and guitar at school, and we had like school bands and college bands and stuff like that. But it was funny because I realized a couple of years ago that my granddad used to play me music before I went to sleep, and that was country music, and like I didn't know what it was at the time because I would have been like 5 or 6 or whatever, but like pedal steel is my favorite instrument, and I'm sure it's come from that stuff, and I don't even know who it was that I was listening to, but that must be where it's come from.
Yeah, absolutely. A good way to brainwash children at that age. I think everyone's
it's like today's kids.
If that is all new parents, that's what you need to do. You need to start playing the music to them right now. And they're asleep. We'll get them into the industry. So, how old were you when you first wrote your first song?
I think about 13, 14. I remember I wrote a girlfriend at the time's GCSE music song for her, so I must have been doing stuff before then. I remember writing something from my thing at college that must have been horrendous. I can just remember a few of the lyrics being terrible, but yeah, I think probably like 13, 14.
Yeah, so you've been writing for a while now.
Yeah, you're saying that one of the songs on the kind of first kind of album I put out, one of the songs I wrote when I was 16, but I only finished it like 2 years ago.
Oh wow!
It took a long time, but the actual kind of body of it was when I was 16.
Yes, wow. It's funny. I talk to a lot of artists, and some songs they said they write in 5-10 minutes, and other songs it can take them years to finish. So it's interesting how things together.
Yeah, it's a funny thing actually because basically I'm working on an EP later this year, but I've booked some studio time with this guy that's moved over from Nashville. Who's an amazing producer, and we're gonna do a couple of acoustic songs. And I've been a little bit stressed about what I'm gonna record, and I actually came home a couple of hours ago, and I've just written something and I know that I'll record that.
Yes.
So I record 2 songs, and I wrote it like 2 hours ago, and it's obviously not finished, but I know that it will be one of the 2.
What's that song about?
Okay, so it's about living a little bit too clean.
Yeah.
Trying to be a bit too good, maybe. So kind of like looking back on when you were younger and a bit more wild, and maybe there's a happy medium to be had. So that's the kind of road I'm going down with it at the moment.
That sounds great. Where did that idea come from?
I don't know. I think it's like I've been working really hard and looking after myself quite well, and I'm kind of trying to do everything right with my music and putting quite a lot of pressure on myself. And I kind of feel like maybe I just need a big night out and a bit of a just maybe just like see my friends for a few weeks and just like stop trying so hard to do the right thing.
Perfect. Yeah.
And,
yeah. Have some fun.
So,
relax. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I won't be going out with you tonight because I've only just got out of bed. But I'll be out having cups of tea if I go out now. Or breakfast beers. Tell us a little bit about. So you've released a bit of music over the years. Tell us a bit about what you've released and how we can get it.
Cool. So yeah, I had my EP Call My Name.
Yes.
I think I may have lost you slightly.
I think we did. Are we back now? Hang on. I'll just minimize you for a moment and we'll get you back up. There we go. Are we back?
Hey.
Is that working? Can you hear us now?
Cool. Is it working again?
Yes, I've got you again. Have you got us? Can you hear me?
1 second. I'm just gonna.
No. Hang on. We've got a bit of an internet glitch. I'm just going to put us out of the room and put you back up again. There we go. Better? That's better. We've got you now. Internet is so unreliable sometimes. Can you hear us? I can hear you. I can see you moving. So hopefully you can see us. No.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I can hear you again now.
Excellent.
Sorry about that. I think my Wi-Fi.
It might have done. That's all right. These things happen. Sorry. Internet is so hard. Some days you get a good connection, other days you don't. So we just try and roll with it here if we
can. So yeah, my EP came out in October, which is Call My Name, and so I'm just releasing the second single off that this month, and there's a video coming with it. And actually, the video is quite nice because I decided to take some pressure off and just do something that I want to do. And I'm really into taking photos with my old film camera.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
So the video is just a section of those with my looks.
Yep. So you did that.
To anyone before, so it's quite nice. I'm really looking forward to it, actually.
Oh, fantastic! Do you enjoy making the videos and doing that side of the music as well?
Yeah, though I'm not very good at it. I like as in the visual side of it. Kind of creating the ideas, but I do really enjoy it. I love I just love it when I'm working with other people.
Yes.
And they're like bringing their own things, which look amazing or sound amazing. I think that's when it's the most fun, actually.
Yeah. When it comes together.
Yeah, it's like just the actual. I think the best bit is the making of it.
Yep.
I think that's the best fun, actually.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'd just be nervous doing that sort of stuff, and I'd make a fool of myself.
With what part of it?
With the filming, I'd be hopeless.
No, I think it's good. I think as long as you've got time. I think if there's massive time pressures, then it's not fun.
No.
Or like the weather in England is obviously like so unpredictable. That is. I mean, I remember my first day. We planned it all outside, and it just rained so hard all day. And it was like July.
Tassie. It's like Tassie, but unpredictable weather.
Oh, really?
Yes. 1 minute it's hot, the next it's cold. You can't pick it.
Oh, okay. Is it similar to New Zealand kind of?
Sorry?
Is it similar to New Zealand climate?
It's very similar to New Zealand, actually, down here. It's quite similar. It's probably a bit warmer, maybe, in summer, but we do get pretty cold in winter and snow, and it's pretty.
Ooh.
But you just don't know. They say we can have 4 seasons in a day. You just cannot pick it.
Yeah.
You don't leave without your jacket.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So, Will, where have you got some shows planned that are coming? Have you got a tour?
Yeah. So basically, I finished my year last year with touring with Echo and the Bunnymen.
Yes.
Which was really cool. And then I'm having a quieter start to this year because I'm writing and starting on some new stuff. But I've got a headline gig at the end of this month in Guildford. And that's a really cool lineup, actually. It's all kind of alternative country.
Yes.
I was listening to others playing. I was like, oh my God, I better be on good form because they sound amazing. And then the week after, on Saturday the 1st, I'm playing in Wokingham, which is just outside London. And it's the launch of a new music app called Jammer.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And the guy behind it's really cool. And he used to work with Prince. And basically the idea is it's to make musicians a little bit more independent and try and bring them a bit more money. So it's kind of helping musicians kind of work directly with venues and like producers and that kind of stuff. So there's not as many kind of middlemen involved.
Excellent. That is a fantastic idea. I love that.
There's kind of like a big launch party for that, and Marva King's playing. She's headlining, and she used to be in Prince's band. So she's cool. And then the last one the week after, so I've got 3 in the next couple of weeks, is a fundraiser in Chelsea in London for a lady over in the States that's got cancer. I think she's a massive music fan, and one of her friends is basically trying to help her out, really. I think particularly with the medical side of things in the States. So that's like an evening of like comedy, and there's a few country singers there, actually.
That's fantastic. We'll have to if everyone follows you on your Facebook page, you might be able to put some photos up for us to see all of these events. And
yeah, that'd be lovely. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I'm losing my voice. Sorry, guys. It's so early. I need another cup of tea.
Husky morning voice.
Do you need some? Yeah, maybe I do need that breakfast. Yeah. So you've got a website that people can look up for your tours and your shows.
I've just redone it. So it's willpurdue.com. But everything's on there now. I've hopefully, in my humble opinion, it's quite slick. I spent quite a lot of time on it. And also, it is, like I said, very newly done. So if anyone sees any spelling mistakes, anything's a bit sluggish, that would be great feedback.
Let you know. It's hard work doing a website, isn't it?
It is.
So much work goes into it, and you think, oh, it's not that bad. We've had Robert's just popped into the room. He's up early. Said good morning. He's in Tamworth at the moment. So we've got our big country music festival that goes for 10 days, and it started on the 17th. So it's in New South Wales in Tamworth.
Amazing.
And everybody goes. It's a huge event, and I think there's 2,800 shows or something it says on the program. So over the course of 10 days, huge. It's exhausting. You don't sleep in Tamworth, and it's really hot.
How many days are you going for?
10 days.
Are you going for all 10?
No, I'm only going for a week. So if the festival goes for 10, I fly in on Tuesday. So I'm going to try for the full 10 next year. But this year it was do the week. So Robert,
What, 6 days at Glastonbury, and that was like nearly died. So
yeah,
it
it takes it out of you, that's for sure. Do you guys have other big festivals over there that people go to? Are there festivals near where you are?
Yeah, there's loads and loads and loads. And yeah, from the huge ones, like I think Reading and Glastonbury are about 150,000, I think.
Wow.
Also big, but there's so many kind of boutiques, and there's like a lot now, which is like the combination that like a lot of like wellness festivals have music and
That's
kind of loads and loads now, which is great. The only thing as a musician sometimes it's knowing who to approach because there's so many.
yeah, absolutely. It's very much it's like that here. There's so many here, knowing who to go to and where to go and where to apply.
Yeah.
Trying to get on the festival.
Yeah.
So have you done any international touring later in
I've done a couple of gigs here and there.
Yeah.
But that's definitely something in the next kind of year to 2 years that I really want to get on. I'm going out to do some gigs with a friend in Barcelona
Yes.
in May. But yeah, that's kind of one of the next goals actually is to do a bit of a tour, or ideally jump on someone else's if I could get a support slot. I'd love to do that for 2 weeks.
That would be amazing. How do you go about applying for that sort of thing? Do you apply for everyone, or do you pick what artists?
Yeah, that's the goal.
Perfect. So.
Well, it's really hard to.
No, you're right. It's just the internet. It's a bit delayed. That's all.
Oh, cool. So it's actually really hard to. So over in the UK, there's maybe like 5 big booking agents, and they will look after say 40 acts each. And but it's really hard to get to know these people. So like the back end of last year, I've made a few contacts. So hopefully we can organise some stuff. But yeah, it's really hard to get that connection with a band. But there's a few people now that I'm kind of looking at, like that I'd really like to try and reach out to their team when they're over, like Ryan Bingham.
Okay,
Jason Isbell, like I absolutely adore him. So a few people like that I would love to support. So I'm going to try and investigate how to connect to that.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. And you all right? Yeah. I'll have to get you down here to Australia. I think that would be great to see you down here.
Oh my god, yeah, I would absolutely love to. And actually, I've got a close friend, like one of my best friends is in Kuala Lumpur, and another very good friend is in Bali. So I've kind of, I'm planning a trip out in the next few years anyway, that way. So it's
that would be fantastic. You do a few shows and cover your trip.
That would be fantastic. Yeah.
You were talking earlier, you said that you'd been to Australia before. You came to Sydney and Perth.
Yeah.
Have you got anywhere on your bucket list down here that you'd like to see?
Well, I'd love to go to the Australian Open actually in Melbourne.
Yeah.
That would be cool. I think what I'd really like to do next time is I really liked the countryside outside of Perth.
Yes. Yep.
And go and explore a bit more actually.
That would be amazing. I haven't been to WA, so it would be amazing to see. I can only imagine.
Yeah, they've got the best animals. Like the climate's amazing. Like it's just like when it was just like so perfect weather-wise, and like the most amazing animals you've ever seen.
Amazing and vicious. We've got some pretty vicious creatures down here too.
yeah, I bet.
It's funny because I think we just take it for granted. We don't even think twice when you see a kangaroo or something on the road. It's just normal for us. And everyone comes down here, they're like, oh, there's so many. Oh, are there?
Yeah, it's funny. Oh, we thought about this kangaroo. And then after like a couple of days, you're like, yeah, they're everywhere. Like, They're like,
Yeah, there's another one. Yeah, they're just everywhere. There's more Roo than there are people, I think.
yeah,
It's we don't get. I'm in Tassie. We don't get the real big red kangaroos like they get over there, but we do get some other ones, and the wallabies are just everywhere. I was coming home the other night and it was dark, and there was heaps of them everywhere on the road. And deer. We even saw a Tassie devil, which you don't see very often down here. So. We used to see them when I was a kid. You used to see them all the time, but now they're quite rare to see. So we used to have to feed the animals we weren't allowed off the concrete because the Tassie devils were growling in the front yard on the lawn, and it was too dangerous. So you had to stay on the concrete and away from the devils. And now you don't see them at all, really.
Wow. So they won't go on concrete?
No, they will, but we had a ramp that I was only allowed to go on the first bit of concrete, which was the top of the ramp and not down to the grass. So it was, and you'd hear them at night growling and fighting, and it was incredible. But you don't see that now. They're very few and far between to see the devils.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So you have to get down. We'll take you around for a look.
Yeah, no, that'd be amazing. Because are they kind of hunted?
No, they're not. They got a tumor disease, and I don't really know the full ins and outs of it, but they got a disease with tumors all over them, and they became pretty sick, and so they're trying to rebreed them again and get their numbers healthy and big like they used to be. Jan has just popped in to say good morning, and she is also heading to Tamworth. Jan, you arrive in Tamworth on Wednesday, is that right? Jan has been down to Tassie. She came down to Tassie just before Christmas, and for the first time, she saw a lot of the state. She did a really good job. So, guys, where can we find you? So, social media. What's your page on Facebook that people can head over and follow?
It's under my name, so it's just under Will Purdue, which is Purdue. So my website, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff.
Yep, excellent. And your music, if we want to buy your music, can we buy a hard copy album, or is it all online?
That's a really good question, and one that I should be able to answer. I think it's on True, actually. I'm pretty sure it's on Amazon, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I should be able to have it through my website as well. Excellent. If somebody does want a hard copy from this, please message me and I'll arrange it.
Let's do that. We'll message him. We'll message Will and we'll get a copy to you. I don't know how long it would take actually post-wise to get here. Probably a little while. I don't know. Probably a fortnight. Yeah, probably a fortnight, I reckon. Yeah. Also depends on where in Australia, I guess, people are as well.
Yeah, true.
So we're starting to cut in and out a little bit with our internet, but is there anything that you can tell us that you've got coming up in 2020 that you haven't told anyone yet, or is it all just a bit not planned at the
moment? Well, I think the main thing I've kind of decided this year, I really want to just release some new music, and I've got a lot of it. So I think there's definitely going to be 2 singles in the next few months, and then an EP to follow. The next 2 singles are going to be quite similar to my last EP in sound, so it's kind of acoustic, pedal steel, violin, kind of like stripped back Springsteen. But the EP, I'm listening to a lot of Band of Horses at the moment, and the National, and I think it's going to be quite rocky in places. So I'm super up for that. I think I love playing acoustically, and violin and pedal steel are my favorite instruments, but once in a while it's really good to get the loud electric guitars going and that side of things.
It's you've got to have a mix. You've got to have your fun days. It's music for whatever mood you're in.
Yeah, exactly. And we've actually hired a boat to record on.
Oh wow!
Which is gonna be so fun. So it's like a barge on the Thames, but the whole boat is a studio.
That is fantastic. I want to come. Can I come?
Yeah, and I think I'm pretty sure we can just stay up as long as we need to and that kind of thing, which will be the first time I've worked like that.
That sounds great. I want to come for that. You need to pop some photos up for us so we can see that.
Yeah, maybe we can have a bit of party in the last night. Anyway, but yeah, I will for sure.
You can start a behind the scenes look into recording on the water.
I would love to do something like that actually, because we did. I've just put up a couple of weeks ago a behind the scenes kind of highlights thing of when I played up in Edinburgh at Queen's Hall, and it's really nice. Like it's really nice because, like for me, like I can see like the nerves and the like the kind of rush of adrenaline and everything in the video.
Yeah, you can feel, the emotions you're feeling at the time, and you can see it as you watch it.
It's really cool. So yeah, it's a really good idea actually to do the behind the scenes stuff.
That is cool. I love that. I think a lot of people enjoy the behind the scenes and seeing how it all comes together. I think it's fun for people to see. Before we go, I was going to say to you, if you can still hear me, you've got the 2 songs that you're trying to do acoustic, and you were really struggling. Would you put that out, some options for people, for your listeners, to give them a say? Maybe let them have a choice. And some of your.
I think about that actually, because basically I've got about 40 songs.
40 songs.
Yeah.
Wow.
So basically, I'm going to record demos of all of them in the studio, and then decide kind of which ones go together and stuff. But also, I'd like to send some off to other musicians.
Yes.
To maybe cover and stuff. So yeah, I was thinking about maybe doing something like that. That I maybe put 10 up, and people can choose their favorite couple, something like that.
See what the reaction is live, what people react well to.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I mean, live's a great thing actually for that, because I played one, the first second the Bunny Men gig I did a new one, which is a bit risky, and my friend that comes to a lot of gigs, he was like, that went down the best by far.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was like, that's good, rather than like silence. So,
yeah, that's fantastic.
So yeah, I think it would be nice actually to, and I think it's something that's become more popular, to put up some more demos and clips. Like a lot of my favorite artists are actually doing that more now.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, I know like Jenny Lewis has put up like a collection of iPhone recordings that she did.
Yes. Yep.
Jan Stevens did something similar, which it's quite scary to do that, but it's probably a nice thing to do as well.
Be very scary, but yeah, it is good as well. I think it gives people that they feel like they're part of it too, as well. You're I think that's what I think people like about it. But you've got 40 songs, so you've got enough material there for the next 4 albums.
Yeah,
and you're going to write some more.
Yeah, exactly. I think obviously some of it like will never get recorded and stuff, but it's funny now because where it's mostly like people listening to singles and EPs, before, like 40 songs would be maybe like an album and a half or 2 albums once you build it down to 15. But actually 15 songs now is like, that might be 2 or 3 years.
You wouldn't hear of an album at 15 songs hardly ever. And maybe a great album would probably have many of it, but not a new album coming through. It's very rare to see. Now, well, I'm sorry if you can still hear me. There was about when you give your songs to other artists to sing. How do you? Is that hard for you to hear another artist singing your song?
Well, I haven't yet done it, but basically, I did a radio show before Christmas, and the guy was like, we love your voice, like that's why you're here. But the last song you did, there was a girl that came last week that would do such a beautiful version of that. Like, why don't you send it to me? And then I was like, actually, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
And like I said, like there's quite a lot of songs that I'm not really using, so that would make sense. I think it'd be it's an interesting one. I think I feel more comfortable if it was a female singer doing it than a male, in some ways. And then maybe there'll still be room for me to do it myself.
Yes, exactly.
another guy who did like an amazing version. I mean, I think that song's gone to
Yeah.
him then.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't write myself, but I always think it would be really hard to write something and then give it to somebody else to play.
I think at top level it is made easy.
Yeah, true.
By the money.
Yeah. Money helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think that's the blow.
Oh dear, we're starting to lose internet again, so we might wrap it up there. But we would love to have you back when you have some more music to release and have a chat and try and get you down here. It'd be great to see you in Australia again. And
that would be absolutely incredible. Yeah, no, it'd be lovely. And yeah, so I'll keep you posted. And obviously, have an amazing time at Tamworth.
Thank you. It's going to be great. I think most of the people watching that are over there are probably already exhausted. So.
Yeah. The thought of like a week-long festival in the sun is a bit killer when it's January in London. But yeah, have an amazing time.
Oh, you have to come over. We need always room for more artists in Tamworth.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, thank you guys for joining us. We will see you in the next few days. I'm sure there'll be lots of country kickback things going on and music. So if you see us out and about, come and say hi. But thank you again for joining, Will. And we will talk to all you guys soon.